Hey guys, welcome back to another video. If you guys are new here, my name's Jaden Pedersen and I like to make videos just for you. So today we're actually going to be doing an update video on the Focus, and my father and I are going to go up to the sunny coast to go up to Jamie's and pick up a spare block and crank, because if you guys haven't watched already, I spun a bearing in my motor in there, so all the cylinder walls are all scored up and the crank will be destroyed. So since I've already ordered standard size pistons and also standard size bearings, I need to get a tip-top crank and block. But as soon as we get home, I'm going to show you all the parts that I've inquired over the last few weeks. And yeah, so we made up to Sunny Coast. I think the Sunny Coast is lying to us. It's not really sunny today, but it is cyclone weather. So it is what it is. We're just maybe 2 minutes out from Jamie's place, and so keen to get all this stuff together. So I'm picking up a new block, crank, all the gaskets. Yeah, so back with the story with my knee. I did myself a mischief and I was coming in too hot to a corner at the track, and when you ride dirt bikes, you put the leg out that you want to turn with, because it helps with counterbalance and cornering and stuff like that. And my rear wheel slipped out because the track was too dry, and I gave it too much throttle because, you know, I thought, yep, I was going to give it all the berries, and then the back wheel spun out, and then my leg, just picture this, but like my leg went upwards and back towards the rear exhaust, if that makes sense. And so yeah, I felt and heard a pop. I personally thought it was just my knee cracking, because, you know, sometimes my knees crack. But as soon as I got back up, I tried to pick up my bike, and yeah, my knee just gave out. I was like, yeah, nah, that's cooked. And then I went down to the Prince Charles. I stayed over there for maybe a night or so, and then they sent me home because the swelling was too big. And they said, yep, you got an ACL rupture, no meniscus damage though, so that's a plus side. But I go in for my pre-op this coming Friday, so I get all operated on hopefully in a few weeks, and then yeah, happy days. And then we'll be going shredding out on riding more, on ride. So that's the medical report right there. Ruptured ACL, no meniscal tear, so that's always the plus side. So yeah, we're gonna be shredding out harder, faster and stronger. So of course this is my wastegate, brand new Turbo Smart 45mm. Now these are my pistons I'm gonna be using. So these are Wiseco pistons. Now I didn't go with the stock ST pistons, only because I wanted to run more boost and more timing eventually. So I went with the RS compression, so it's a 8.5:1, and yeah, this is the finish of the piston. I've heard good things about Wiseco, so that's all specs. If you guys know what you're reading, then. So these are really trick and really cool. I don't want to have another incident of metal flakes in the sump again, so that's why I got not one but two, mainly because they had a minimum order of, I think, $20. So I think these were like 12 bucks each from the States, and they came really quick. So these are my ARP bolts. So these ones are head studs, and these ones here are the ladder frame or ladder mask, also known as your main studs. So yeah, pretty keen. Or shouldn't have done that. So these are the bearings I've chosen. These are the Kings racing bearings. I've heard good things about them. I was going to go with the Glyco bearings, but they didn't have any in stock, so no big deal. I just went with the next best thing. of course. So yeah. Alright, moving down into the box. These are my rods, of course. Trying to do this one-handed is pretty hard. So PEC rods. These are ARP rod bolts with assembly lube all in them. I'll try and pull one out without dropping it. Yeah, so it's a H-beam rod. It's really strong. I was going to go with K1, but I've seen that K1 are really skinny throughout here. And yeah, but I've also seen that a lot of high horsepower Focus builds are based off the K1 rods. So next up is my head gasket. I got these from Jamie yesterday, so I also got all my other gaskets and O-rings and all that stuff with it as well, so yeah. Now in this box here is something from Airtech. So I'm actually lucky enough to be sponsored by Airtech. I am over the moon. Yeah, just dreams coming true. So it's a huge box, and if you can see down there, I'll try and, oh, that's my manifold. So if you can see, look at these welds. So this is their tubular manifold that they do. They also do a cast manifold. I just wanted to go full send, and I am very stoked to be on the Airtech team. It's going to be an awesome ride. So while I'm here, I'd better discuss the sponsors for this build, because I've lined up a few really good sponsors, and yeah, so first off is of course Airtech is going to be providing me with a lot of their awesome parts for the Focus ST/RS. Also here in Australia, I've reached out to Pulsar Turbos. I've just seen great results from the Pulsar Turbos, so I was like, yeah, you know what, I'll just reach out to them. And so they're going to be sponsoring the build as well. I've got a person wanting to wrap my car for free, so that needs to come along real nicely, and I need to get all the dents out and get a little bit of rust spots out, but that's going to be in a later video when my leg is better. I've got a company over in the States that does Mark II ST interiors, and they're looking to sponsor me for this build as well, because I said my interior is not too shabby, and I just want it to look pristine. But yeah, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome, guys, trust me. But first I need to go pull this sump off because I'm using my old sump. So all I have to do now is just take off my oil cooler. All these bolts, there's about 1,000, and yeah, good. Jasper just grabbed one of my dirty rags. Oh well. And then just undo these two over there. Here we have it, a T30 fitting snugly in the bugly. So I got the oil cooler all taken off. Look at them hoses, mate. They're brand new. What do them bolts look like to you? Do they look like a 12mm or 10mm? This is a 12mm. Definitely not a 12mm. But I'm way off today. There we go, 10mm. You just want to grab the Uggy Duggy and make sure she's loosey, and crack all these bolts off, and then we'll grab a pry bar and break the sealant. That's all the way around it. So the sump and the oil pickup is off, and I don't know if you can see in there, but she's really sparkly. These are such a weird rod style. Like, look at them. It's just like a... That's so weird. They're so skinny too. Like, look how skinny they are. They're like toothpicks. I don't know how they cop like 19, 20 psi. And look at the metal shavings, man. Like, up there too, man. Oh, she's chunky. I am so keen to get this back. It's time to get this motor assembled. We've got it all loaded up in the back there, and yeah, so off to North Brisbane Cylinder Heads, see Mick.